Welcome to Sindelfingen at the Glass Palace for the penultimate Euro Tour event of the PDC calendar of 2016, the HappyBet European Darts Grand Prix. Michael van Gerwen has finally won this one. 6 times we've come to Sindelfingen. 5 different winners we had previously. Now it's a 6th because Michael van Gerwen, you've gone and claimed your 6th Euro Tour title of the year with a defeat of Peter Wright, 6-2 in the final. The last 2 matches, you beat Kim Huybrechts 6-0, Peter Wright 6-2. You saved your best for last.
You have to do. If you play players like that, you can't afford any mistakes. They always play well in tournaments like this, and I had a chance to make it 6-0, but I'm really glad with a 6-2 victory, of course. This is amazing. I never won this tournament before, and an extra one I can knock off the list.
Yeah, knocking off the list indeed. And now it's 3 Euro Tours in a row that you've won, once you take out the one that you withdrew injured from. So, I mean, it's another mad, unbeaten run that you're on here. We've got 1 more to go before the European Championship in Hasselt, and presumably your sights are set on that.
I think I'm qualified number 1 for that tournament, so... No, I'm... of course, the main goal is the European Championships again, and I won it before, so I know how it is to play in that event, but I feel comfortable. I play well, and I just want to keep this performance going, and it's not always that easy. Everyone thinks Mike is like a robot, he does it constantly, but it's not like that. I need to do a lot for it. I work hard for it all day, and I'm really glad it paid out.
Paul Nicholson, who's been commentating on this tournament over the course of this weekend, it's the second time you've used the word robot there, Mike. There are times when he does seem pretty robotic.
Yes, that's true, but Michael's right. He has to work hard at that. Roman van Barneveld this week has looked very robotic as well, but sometimes you just need to get into that bubble. And is it that bubble and that concentration that you're going to need next week when we play the first Champions League of Darts in Cardiff? How much do you want to have your name on that trophy and be the first one on it?
You know me as a player, Paul. What do you think? I want to win that so much. It's that's my biggest target for the upcoming week. I'm going to practice hard for it. I go into the tournament with a lot of confidence after a fantastic tournament over here. At some stage I didn't play fantastic, but I'm doing good, and I do enough when I have to, and that means class, simple.
And do you think, obviously with some of the big guns taking a break, Gary Anderson's been on holiday, Adrian Lewis hasn't been playing many on the European Tour lately, your darts fitness over the course of these kinds of days, do you think that's going to be the best attribute that you can take into Cardiff, because it's going to be 2 long days?
It's going to be 2 really long days, but I think I got advantage because I play long days constantly and they don't. So I'm looking forward to how everything is going to work out for them, and also for myself, of course, because I don't know the format yet, but I think it's short and you can't afford any mistakes in the short format.
Yep. Look, Michael, very quick one before we let you go celebrate. Barnsley streaming these events midweek. Fancy going? You going to be at them?
Yeah, to be fair, I just before my semi-final I had a bit pain in my foot. I had a bit pain in my foot again, so I took a little bit of medicines again for the pain. So I want to go. I entered all 3, so I hope everything is good tomorrow, so I can go off and play my tournaments again.
Wait and see. Look, Michael, congratulations. Go and celebrate. Paul just mentioned it. Barnsley. Turns out he's a popular guy.
Yeah.
Barnsley, 3 stream tournaments which we're able to watch live online. You're going to be playing in them. And then, of course, it is the Champions League of Darts we've already mentioned.
Yep.
Now, Michael van Gerwen, the term you just used there, darts fitness, the fact he does play so much, does that give him an edge over perhaps the likes of Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson, Adrian Lewis? I mean, we know he's got to have some sort of psychological edge over Peter Wright because he's just beaten him for a 13th consecutive time. It's more than a year since Peter Wright has beaten Michael van Gerwen, and he's going to be one of the main contenders against him in the Champions League of Darts on the BBC at the weekend.
Yeah, you've got to say that Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright are going to go into Cardiff next week, and to Barnsley for that matter, with a lot of really good darts fitness under their belt. I'm not really sure what it's going to be like for Gary Anderson and Adrian Lewis coming back, and Phil Taylor for that matter, because they haven't been playing a lot of competitive stuff. Adrian Lewis, for me, is going to be dangerous because he's great when he's rested. Gary Anderson will be rested. I'm not sure how much practice he's had, but everybody has approached it slightly differently, and that's what's so intriguing. So, taking that into consideration, we're going to have a lot of people having different preparations, but we've got a hell of a lot of players who are playing really well. Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright will figure in Cardiff, but will they butt heads again in a final?
That is the question. We will see you in the streaming events in Barnsley over the course of this week. Then it's the BBC Champions League of Darts, brand new tournament. The final Euro Tour event will take place in Hildesheim next month. And then, of course, it's the European Championships in Hasselt. And that man, Michael van Gerwen, he will be the man to beat in everything.